Hey, everybody. Welcome to another 2024 great episode here on the Bailey Pod. Throughout the week, I'll be bringing you coaches, players, discussing a whole lot of things. Very comprehensive show that we'll have every week. The Bailey Pod, you can find the Bailey Pod every Thursday at 8 p.m. We'll air every Thursday at 8 p.m. via YouTube. Lastly, make sure you click that bottom bell at the bottom right-hand corner so you can be notified right away for any new content that will drop throughout the week. So with that being said, what do we do? Right away, let's talk about some notable hires throughout the Nick 10 conference over the offseason. Harlem, Jim Mora, he used to be the Harlem head coach. He now is back at Harlem. It's going to be interesting to see what they do this year. Auburn, Leroy Mcfadden. Leroy Mcfadden is in at Auburn. It's going to be interesting to see what he does this year with the Knights. Belvedere Bucks. Sean Donnelly is in with the Bucks. It's going to be interesting to see what these guys do. Let's move forward today. My guest. This is one of the new hires here in the area. Just spoke about him. I think he's going to really do some good things. We actually caught up with him early in the week and talked about a little bit about, how he felt about the position over at the school that he's going to be at. Coach Leroy Mcfadden here, guys. Check this out.
It's a great opportunity to be back where it all started for me at, and being able to help these kids out means the world to me.
Wow, yeah, big move over there at Auburn going with Coach McFadden. I think he's going to come in and really be able to restore that program and really do some good things. He also talked a little bit about, what their philosophy is going to be this year. And I love it. I love what he said. Check this out, fans.
Discipline, physicality, speed. We're going to be very, very disciplined, though. Discipline is always going to be first.
I love it. You got to love a coach like that. He's going to implement discipline first. I think if they do that, I think Auburn's going to be a really better team probably than they were last year. And I think he's going to be able to restore that program. Folks, without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and bring him in. My guest tonight is no stranger to the game of football. He's coached at Rockford Christian for a season, and he also coached at Lutheran for a season. Last year, he was Auburn's assistant coach, and this year he is taking over as the head man with the Knights at Auburn High School. I'm going to go ahead and bring my guest in today, Coach Leroy Mcfadden. Coach, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Getting ready for a big game, huh? Yep, all right, Coach. Let's dive into things. You became the head coach in May. How does that feel to you becoming now the head coach at Auburn High School?
It feels good to be able to, get back to where it all started at for me, and hopefully I can help these kids out and bring them and take them to the next level, help them get to the next level. But it definitely feels good being back at home.
Coach, what were some of the priorities, some things that you wanted to actually implement right away once you became the head coach?
The first thing was discipline, because these kids were a little undisciplined the last couple of years, and right now I'm bringing in a little discipline. I'm trying. I got, right now today at the school, I got these kids wearing a shirt and tie. They said they haven't seen that or had that in a while.
Nice. So, I love it, man.
Trying to change the culture.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I love it. I love discipline first, man, because I think that's what all of our kids need today. That discipline, because that discipline, it can apply to anything in life. And, you're doing it in the game of football. But I definitely like what you're doing. I think the suit and tie, I love it, man. That's a great idea. Coach, what are some of your short-term, long-term goals, as you take this head coaching job at Auburn? What do you want to do short-term, and then also what do you want to do in the long term? Can you speak to that?
Short-term, really, I really haven't looked at that. But long-term, I want to build a established program. I want these and I want these kids to first and foremost be students. So I want to build a program with student athletes, not just athletes.
Sure. Coach, last year, again, you were part of the team as an assistant coach. And I know sometimes assistants don't have a lot of, they're not that hands-on, so to speak, at times. And now you're the head coach. can you give me just a little synopsis of where you guys are now compared to last year at this time?
Right now we are way ahead of the game. As far as, like I said, it started with discipline. You have to get to know these kids. These kids got to get to know you, and then you got to lead them in the direction you want them to go, and they're starting to follow. So we're way ahead of the game last year. Than ahead of the game than the team last year.
Right. Coach, how important is it to you? I know sometimes, at certain schools, you don't have that family support, that family backing you. Have you reached out to any parents within the actual program? Have parents reached out to you? And if so, how have those conversations gone?
See, I got a app where the parents can reach out to me, talk to me, and ask me anything they want, and I respond. So they have firsthand information. They can get They can get it. They can get to me directly. So I talk to the parents daily. I talk to somebody's parents every day.
Good. Have you now when you again, when you were named the head coach, did you do anything? Did you do a family night? Did you do a family gathering, addressing the parents? Obviously, I know you addressed the athletes. That was first
Yep.
at hand. But have you had an opportunity to address the parents?
Yep.
And if so, what have you said to the parents?
We had a family fun day out here. We cooked brats and burgers and let them meet the coaches. And man, I just went around and assured them that your kid will be an athlete, but he will be a student athlete first, and how important it is for me to enforce these kids' grades and to look
Sure.
forward to going to school.
Right. And again, you said an operative word here. Grades. How important it is to you as a head coach now. Again, you're the HC, you're the man in charge, you're the CEO. How important is it to you to see all your kids graduate on time?
Oh, that to me, that's awesome. That's first and foremost. I think you need like 5 credits or pass 5 classes to play, but my kids know they have to pass 6, but they need to pass everything. So I'm holding my kids at a higher standard than what's being told that we have to do now.
I like that. Changing that culture. You mentioned that earlier, changing that culture and setting that standard. I think, every program that's going to be successful, they need to have that standard. Because if you don't have a standard, you're not going to have a culture. Standard and culture go hand in hand. So I love what you're doing. I love your philosophy. Coach, let's stay on academics here. I know, in the past, Auburn has had some academic issues with some athletes. Are any of your athletes right now, are all your kids eligible, or any athletes that you want to not really, I won't say highlight, but that you want to just maybe, is it 1 or 2 kids that you guys have out right now that may be struggling academically, or are all your kids eligible?
We have probably 7 kids out coming from last year that was academically ineligible, and 5 of those kids would possibly be starters. So it's kind of, but they're working on it. I'm not ruling them out, and I'm here to help them.
Right. Now, are those kids, are they still partaking in practice? Do you have them in study hall? Are you monitoring their progress academically? What are some things that you've implemented to ensure that these kids get back on track?
So now they have to do study hall after school. They can come to practice and watch and help, but they cannot practice. Study hall is mandatory if you're failing, and I'm here at the school all day. I'm a teacher too, so if they need me, come to my class and I'll help you. But yeah, they're in study hall. It's mandatory before they even put a pad on for me.
Right. That's good, man. That's good. So you do keep the kids around. The kids don't go home after practice. You sounds like to me you keep them around, so they go out, they practice, they're still around their teammates, they're still around the coaches. Do you think that's been helpful for some of these kids who are academically ineligible?
Yeah, these kids want to play. So now they're really, like tonight, there's so many kids that wish they could be out there doing what these kids are about to do. And these boys want to play, and they're working hard in class. From what I see, they're going to class. I'm checking on their classes every day. So they're doing a good job for me.
Good, man. I like it. Man. Like I said, man, I love what you're doing. I love what you've implemented over the last 3 months that you've been at Auburn. You haven't even had a full year with the athletes, and you're already doing some really good things that I think that are going to actually spur that program as a whole. So keep up the good work, Coach. Let's talk. Let's get to football. You return. You're not returning any starters. How do you think that's going to impact the actual year for you guys?
It's going to be tough because some of these kids don't even know what being under the fire is like out there on that field. But we've done our best to prepare them, and these boys are hungry, and they're going to succeed. They want to succeed, so they're going to succeed.
That's good. So, again, so your offense, 0 starters returning, defense, 0 starters returning. Have you moved any kids up? Do you plan to move any sophomores up to varsity?
I have about 4 sophomores that are starting actually right now to replace some of the guys that's academically ineligible. So there, I do got some sophomores, and they can play. You'll hear their name tonight. They can play.
Coach, what are your numbers like this year? What were your varsity numbers like? Better yet, let's start here. What were your numbers like as a whole from freshman on up through varsity this year?
I believe we have
how many players did you have out?
Maybe 60 kids, roughly.
60 kids out.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm pretty sure you would like that number on an annual basis to continue to grow. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's part of building a relationship with these kids around the school, and that's why I took the job here, to walk around and be able to talk to some of these kids that's not out there playing,
right?
To come try out and play.
Right, Coach. You're getting ready for a big game against Hononegah. How is practice? How has preparation been this week? And what has been the mindset of your players, knowing that you're getting ready to go into a hostile environment? You know what it's like to play there. I know what it's like to play there. How has practice been, and has it been to the level of your expectation?
It has. These boys have been really focused. They've been doing a good job for me, and like I said, they ready. They not. I mean, they haven't played last year, so they're not scared of Hano from last year or nothing. So they don't know. They going out there to attack, and that's what. Man, I love them. I'm ready. They ready.
Right. Good. That's good, man. Well, good luck. Good luck tonight. Hope you guys go up there and really compete and show out. Coach, I'm gonna pivot here. It's really good when schools have great fan support, a great fan base. You look around and you see some of the schools I'm going to mention here: your Boylans, your Hononegahs, your Belvedere Norths, schools like that, and even Guilford. You can throw Guilford into the mix. People come out, parents come out, the community comes out, they get that support. And I haven't really seen that at Auburn a whole lot. I'd like to see that a little bit more. I am a West Side product. I'd like to see, the community come out and support these young men that work so hard in the classroom and work so hard on the field. And truly, they want to have success. But, is that a concern for you to be able to spur and galvanize the community to come out and support you guys?
It's not a concern because I think the community's starting to get the buzz that we got going on, and I think they are coming. I got a lot of messages, a lot of emails. People are going to show up for us. This is a new day, new era, man. We're gonna try to drive hard at this thing.
I love it. Great answer, Coach. Great answer. Coach, let's move on here. We're getting close to closing out here, but again, this is your first year as HC. You got a tough matchup tonight against Hononegah. What do you want to do as a coach? As a coach, I think as coaches, we want to go out and we want to, have 1,000 plays or we want to do things that we know we're capable of doing, but we may not be capable of doing them. What are some of the things that you want to do tonight to set the tone?
We want to try to control the tempo, be aggressive, and stay disciplined. That's those 3 things right there. We are going to focus on that and score, and we got to score. But those 3 main things is what we want to do.
Right. And again, Coach, I mean, yeah, you're going into the jungle. You're going into the jungle up there, and I mean that in a good way.
Yep.
It's a very hostile environment.
Yep.
They have a great fan base. They probably have one of the top 2-3 fan bases probably within the state of Illinois. It gets very loud in that.
Can't hear you.
Coach.
There you go.
Back. Okay, a little technical difficulty here. Sorry, folks. But yeah, so, Coach, without further ado, man, I want to thank you for jumping on. Good luck tonight. Good luck the rest.
Appreciate it.
Stay healthy, man. And again, we'll catch up. Coach Leroy, everybody. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate you.
It. Thank you.